Good afternoon, guys. This is Gloria, and today is Sunday, and is in the afternoon, guys. The reason why I'm doing my video today is because tomorrow, which is Mondays, I'm going to be a little bit too busy. I work all day long, so I might not have the time to put up a video. So I made sure that I did it today for Monday's video, so you guys don't be left out without a video to see, okay? So let's get started. Today I am using my Gypsy, and I'm going to show you how I create my card on the Gypsy. And the cartridges that I am using is Carousel, Georgia Basic Shapes, and Love Struck 2010. And the pattern paper that I am using today is from TPC Studios. It's My Funny Valentine's Hugs and Kisses. So let's get started with our card. Now, I just moved my camera, and give me a second. Okay, now in my Gypsy, I end up using the Georgia Basic Shapes. And let me bring this forward so you guys can see. And I end up getting two triangles or rectangle or square boxes, and it measures. Each of them measures, this one measures 4.41 or 440 if you don't have a Gypsy. And this one right here measures at 446 wide, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere, I'm not going to adhere this, I'm just going to weld these two objects together. And that's going to be my card base. Okay, now what I end up doing in the Carousel cartridge was I end up using the word love. So what I end up doing was coming out with 4 letters. I did a heart, then the L, then instead of me using an O, I use a heart, a V, and an E. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take that image, and I'm going to bring it all the way up here. And I'm going to weld my card base and the word sentiment all together. Now, in order for you to see that you weld it, you will have to use this button, which is in the advanced tablet, and you weld it. And then to preview, to see if you weld it, you will press the eyeball. And if it all comes out gray, as you can see, hopefully you guys can see that. You see how the line here is gray and the words, half of the words over here is gray. That means your project or your object is welded together. And when it cuts, it's going to cut as one piece instead of in pieces. So, with all that being said, that's going to be my card base. Then what I end up doing was going over to layer 2. And in the Love Struck cartridge, I end up using this, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I end up using this image right here of it's a woman and a man in between a heart. Now, I've had this cartridge, and I had no idea, guys, that I had that shape until Creations with Suyin. I think I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Suyin. Okay. Did a card, and I'm like, oh my god, where you got that image from? And it's from the Love Struck cartridge. So that's the shape that I'm using today. Okay. And what I did there was I got on my second layer, and I end up doing it right there. And then what I did was take the same letters and the heart over here, and I just copied it over to layer 2, because when you're doing the base, it's going to come out looking just like this. So you're not going to have, this is what it's going to come out looking like. The heart, L-O-V-E, and that's it. And since you only got it halfway done, you won't get to see everything else. So that's why I end up cutting another love with the 2 hearts, and I did 2 of them because I wanted 2 different colors. Okay, and then I guess that's it. So that's my card right there, and those are the cartridges that I used. Okay, guys, so let's get started layering this card together. I hope I explained that to you guys right. I'm not a good person to explain different, now I can talk, and I could keep up a conversation, and I could talk your ears off, but explaining stuff is just a little bit harder, especially when it comes down to the gypsy. I try to explain it the best I know how, but sometimes it just don't work. Okay, so I'm going to get my scoreboard, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to score this down. And this is going to fit in an A2 size card, guys, okay? Let me turn it this way so I could do it a little bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this over. And I'm going to crease it with my bone folder. I hope I'm in the image. And I'm not. Okay, let me move my mat down and my camera up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so then I creased that. Okay, so let's start layering the inside of the card. The inside of the card, I end up cutting out this piece. And this piece is 3.5 by 4.5. And what I end up doing was using my lace heart punch, and I end up doing a border on the bottom. And I'm going to adhere that down. And this paper right here is double-sided, so you can use either side. This paper on this side is actually really pretty too. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this down. And it's going to go right below the words because I don't want this pattern paper to show. And does it show? Nope, it don't show. Okay. And then the next layer is this white piece of cardstock. And what I end up doing, I have this Inky Dinky Doo Happy Valentine's Day heart. I finally went into my box of stamps to see what all the different things I had in there. And I found this. And I knew I had it, but I just didn't know where did I put it at, you know. Sometimes you have so much, and if you don't have it in front of your face, it's kind of hard to find stuff. So I end up stamping that in Black Memento Tuxedo ink, and I'm going to layer that right down here. And that's actually a really pretty stamp, rubber stamp. It got 2 girls on the bottom, doves all around, roses, and I was so, you know, now that I'm getting closer to the end of my series, now I'm finding all these things. But that's what happens, so, and my ATG is kind of messing up again, so give me a second. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this down here. Got tape on my fingers. And I'm going to adhere it just like that. Okay, now I have this heart that was the negative to the image that I cut out, and I'm going to use this also. So I'm going to glue this down. And I'm just going to glue it down right there. Okay, now let's start layering the front. Now what I ended up doing was taking another piece of the paper, the pattern paper, and what I did on both, you got 2 squares right here. One of them says love, the other one's bare. So what I did, I separated them, and I just cut just this image. And this is the image right here because this is my pattern paper and it's going to go right on top, just like that. And did I cut my... Yeah, I kind of made it bigger, but that's all right because I can always trim it off. Excuse me. So let me adhere this down. You know, when I want to do something then so bad, my gun acts up. But it's just like children, you know, you want to do something and they act up. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up using my two-way. And I'm just going to glue the letters so it can stay. Okay. And I think that looks really good right there. Okay, I might have to trim some of this off. Maybe, maybe not. No, I'm good. You know, yes I do. You see, I kind of cut the paper too big. So let me trim this off really quick. Okay, and there we go. Okay, now what I ended up doing was cutting out a glitter black, and I'm going to adhere this down to my pattern paper because, like I said, you won't tell what it spells out unless you do a layer on top of it. Okay, so that looks good right there. Now I want to do the L. And then the heart, I'm going to do it in the same color pattern paper or glitter paper, sort of like this one. When I seen this paper, I was like, oh my god, I got the perfect glitter paper for it, and it matches perfect. Perfect. You can't even tell there's a difference. You see, guys? Okay, I just got to make sure that it's lined up good. Okay. Now I got the V and the E, and I'm going to do the same. But, you know, the black hearts kind of looks a little bit dull. So what I end up doing was using my heart punch, of course, and trying to make a smaller heart to go over the black heart so it can, like, really distinguish the heart instead of it being a black heart. My husband, Marvin, told me to do that, which was amazing. Sometimes his ideas really work. And a lot of times, you know, I got to use his eyes because sometimes it don't work for me. So I usually call him, baby, come over here. Does this look all right? And he's really good with colors. So, okay, now what I end up doing, like I said, was using my Recollections heart punch. And I end up punching a smaller heart. And I'm going to put that right in the middle. And you see how different that looks? That looks really good just like that. Let me see if that looks good in the middle. Okay. Okay, so there goes our first layer. Now, for our image from Love Struck, I end up cutting out a... Let me see what size did I cut that heart at. because a lot of times I tend to tell you guys what I did and I forget to tell you what I cut it at. So I cut that at 3.58, but if you don't have a gypsy, you could cut it at 3.5, okay? So, and then I end up cutting it out and I blinged it out. I put her little necklace and I put some bling on her hair and a little bling in the middle of the heart. So I'm going to glue this together, and for me to glue this together, since both of them are glitter, I'm going to use quick dry adhesive from Scotch. So let's do that really quick. And guys, I want to do a challenge one day, and I just need a couple of suggestions because I've never done a challenge for you guys, and I would like to definitely get you guys involved in card making, you know, do some type of challenge. So if you guys have any suggestions, please feel free, leave me a comment, private message me, let me know, because sometimes my mind don't work for those type of things. It works for card making, but not for everything. So, and you know, your comments are really important to me, and your suggestions. You know, if I can do it, I would definitely do it. Okay, so I hope all of this glue does not squeeze out, but let's see. And you know, guys, don't fear if it does squeeze out. Thank God it dries clear. Because in some other glue, it will never dry clear. And it did squeeze out a whole lot. But, you know, what can I say? I also, guys, need a suggestion. You know, Valentine's Day, my 20th card is going to be on Tuesday. So I definitely need some other suggestions on what else you would like me to do. I've done 20 Valentine's Day cards, and you know, I was only mentioned to do just 10, but everything that I had for the Valentine's went on back order, so I had to extend my series because it wouldn't have been right at all, you know. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I end up getting me, I finally got my hands on some bling, and I got all different colors. And guys, if you know, I've been trying to find out an easy way to try to glue that to my cards, and this glue does not work. It don't dry, just keeps on. So what I end up doing was using the Zots, and I cut out a 2-inch strip, not 2 inches, but 2 rows strip, and I end up putting Zots in the back of it. And here it goes right here. So I'm going to adhere this to the bottom of my card. And I definitely need some help on how do you actually really adhere this. So like I said, I end up using some Zots because that was the only thing that I configured that worked. And it ain't doing too bad either. So, okay, so there goes my bling. I hope I got all of them on there. Okay, that looks good. Now, I'm going to put some foam tape on this, on the back, because I want it to pop up. So, I'm going to put one in the middle, and one on the bottom, and maybe a small one on top. So guys, I need your suggestions on to do a challenge. And you know, once I find out what kind of challenge I want to do, I will come up with the rules and how to enter, so you guys can win some good products. And I want you guys to be involved. You know, there's a lot of people out there that don't do anything, and you know, it's always good to be involved in other things. So I'm going to adhere my layer right there. And that looks really good right there. Okay, guys. So there goes my card. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you coming to check out my videos on Sunday afternoon. Yay! And you should try this card out, okay? Especially Joan Smith. Definitely get your Gypsy out and start doing something. The Gypsy is amazing. If you got Cricut Craft Room, you could do the Cricut Craft Room. But to me, I like the Gypsy. It's quick, it's easy, and I don't have to worry about turning on the computer. So guys, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you guys enjoyed my love card. You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys Tuesday, okay? Y'all have a great afternoon. Bye now. Guys, don't forget, leave me some suggestions, okay? And let me know what would you like else to see. And I'll definitely let you know if I can do it or not. And just to let you know, this fits in an A2 size envelope. Bye now.